So, here's some more. This is all just from that's just from yesterday. They know they're on camera. So now I would challenge anybody to watch that video and tell me that it's just a few bad apples and that it isn't a culture of out of control, brutal maniacs. I would love to have someone debate that video. And they're trained to do that. They're not trained to protect you. They're trained to beat the fuck out of you and protect themselves. Because the cop's number one job is to make sure he comes home at night, which is not supposed to be his job. That's what cops say their job is. Their job is supposed to be to make sure I come home safe at night. They're supposed to put themselves in between me and danger. They're not supposed to be the danger, but they are in America, which is why we got to get rid of all the police departments and start over. So here's the officer. So Janya Zayer, if that's how you say her name, she says, this is the officer. He threw my phone before throwing me. As you can see, I was already backing up. All I asked was why. Watch this. So you see him coming. That's him here. And that is a guy in a white shirt, which means he's a sergeant or a lieutenant. He's the boss.
You gotta get out of the street.
Get out of the street.
He goes, I don't know if you saw right at the end. He goes, you gotta get out of the street, get out of the street. And she goes, why? And he just hits her phone out of her hand. That's what happened right at the end there. He just hits her phone right out of her hand.
You gotta get out of the street.
So at the end, he hit her phone. You can't see it. Here's what happened next. Now, this video is sideways. I'll show you a better video. But watch. So that's the guy who did that. He's a real coward. But here's another video of it. So he's going to come in from right here and just push her.
God.
Did you see that?
With the ranking official beside him.
Right behind him. So his boss sees what he's doing. And what does that tell you? That tells you they do this shit all the time. He has no fear of any repercussion, and his bosses approve of him doing this to a 100-pound girl.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. The reason why we're having all these protests is
because of police violence. And cops respond with what? Police violence. Why? Because cops are out of control, brutal maniacs who are recruited that way and then trained to be even worse. And that guy came right from the battlefield. The guy who did this came right. You should not allow military people to become policemen. That should be a rule. That should be a rule. People, if you served in the military, you're not allowed to be a policeman. Because those are two different mindsets. And you see why? Why? I'm going to guess this guy has got his dick is about as big as my thumb also, by the way. Because what other kind of guy needs to be that steroided out? By the way, he's steroided out. Watch this. So here he goes.
Yo, hey!
on her head.
Get his badge number! Get his badge number!
Now, why is it that every other person around there immediately knows there was something wrong with her, they have to take care of her, and that cop should be in trouble, except any of the other cops? Can you point to me where the good cop is there? Again, there's got to be 50 cops walking down that street. Where is the good cop? There isn't one. There are no good cops. Now, if you want to know what happened to her, she had a seizure on her way to the hospital. That's what happened to her. She hit her head on concrete.
Because she was thrown.
It's 90 because she was thrown. I don't know if you saw how she was thrown, but I'll show it to you again. That's a 300-pound, muscled-up, steroided, fucking thumb-dicked cocksucker violently assaulting a woman. And who is that guy? That guy. That's him. And he's got a torture collar on his dog. This guy's fucking fucked up. And he's a cop. This guy's fucked up. And he's a cop. Do they have a psychological exam? Yes. And if you're fucked up, they let you in. By the way, if you're too smart or show compassion, they get rid of you. They like obedient maniacs who are hopped up on steroids, who like to torture people. That's who fucking cops are. How many more videos do you need to see? And there they all go. There they go. They're a gang.
Look at them marching down the street.
They're a gang of they're a gang. That's how you would expect a gang member of the Crips or the Bloods to handle a woman who got in their face. That's how the NYP, New York's finest. They go through neighborhoods beating the shit out of women, cracking their heads on the ground, causing them concussions. That's who this guy is. That's who cops are. And who's his supervisor who's right there? Doesn't do a goddamn thing. So again, this is who this guy is, Vincent D'Andrea. And he's worked at the New York City's mayor's office. He worked at the U.S. Marine Corps. Bad idea to hire them as cops. Do you see what happens? Do you see this guy's been trying to make up for his thumb dick his entire life? Studied at United States Marine Corps. Went to Ward Melville High School. Lives in New York, New York. From Stony Brook, New York.
It's weird when people don't add, like, I'm an asshole in those bylines, right? They just should. He knows he is. He's proud he's an asshole, by the way.
That's him, D'Andrea.
I
Officer
wanna know-
D'Andrea from
you
the
know who I wanna
73rd
know?
Precinct violently shoved a protest. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I want to know the name of the supervisor.
Where's the supervisor?
He's right there.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you
badge.
what's going to happen. What happened to these people who did this stuff to occupy people is they got vacation days taken away.
Oh, and the city has to pay for the lawsuits.
That's right. So if I did that to him, if I was walking down the street and I pushed him hard enough where he tripped and hit his head and had a concussion, do you think they would take a vacation day away from me? And so now if you witness that, are you supposed to go beat the fucking shit out of that cop? Because that's what the cop would do to you if you did it to him. Again, there's video after video after video just from yesterday. People protesting about police violence, and police are so out of control maniacs that they commit violence on them during a protest about police violence.